Good morning, everyone. My name is Laura Stranks and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator here in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Thanks for joining me this morning. I'm just going to go through this card with you, I constructed it. It's called an interlocking accordion card. I'll just show you in a minute. Just go through a couple of things here first, as I usually do. I've got a Facebook page called Cards by Laura. You can follow that page and have a look at the cards that I do from my workshops and classes. They're all posted in there. There's no tutorials or anything in that group. It's just for viewing. My Facebook group, a large group, it's called Laura's Craft Room Tips and Tutorials. I've been going for a couple of years now, and there's over 14,000 members in that group. There is a files tab in there where there are all the tutorials for these cards and lots of others. I do a live video on a Saturday morning, and the PDF for those is in that group as well. And you can follow along the live, either live on the Saturday or the replay is there to watch. It's in the featured tab in that group. There are 2 questions if you wish to join the group. Make sure you answer those before you can be accepted into the group. One is why you wish to join, and the other one is that you follow the rules. If you don't see those questions on the device you're on, maybe your phone, hop onto a different device, your PC or your iPad, and have a look for the questions there. You must answer them to get into the group. If you're watching for the first time today, my YouTube channel is called Creative Gems. Love you to subscribe if you haven't already done so. That's all the business side of it. I'll get that over with really quickly. And this is the card I'm going to show you today. It's called an accordion, interlocking accordion card. It's been around for quite a while. I've worked out an easier version of how to do it, so it shouldn't be too difficult for you to construct. Sits up beautifully. You can put an extra panel on the back here to do your writing on if you want a bigger space. I've just got this little one here, and I've decorated it to suit myself. I love blue and yellow together. It looks quite pretty. So, without any more chatting, we shall get started. And I've prepped a lot of my pieces ahead of time. And I've also got my measurements here. You can either take a screenshot of this. These measurements will be in the description box of this video, or you can hop onto my Craft Room Tips and Tutorials page, and the full version of the PDF with instructions and all is in the Files tab there. So we'll go through the pieces. This is take 2 for me. I did start the video and got sidetracked onto something else. So we've got these pieces to start. I've chosen black for my base, and I've got bubble bath and smoky slate. So my base pieces, and there's 2 of these. You will need a 12 by 12 piece of cardstock for this because it's 12 inches in length, the base, plus an extension, and 5.5 inches high. I've scored that, but I'll show you the scoring when we get to it. And then the other piece, the same colour, it measures 5.5 by 4.5 that way, and the scoring's on that. And then we've got 2 pieces, and I've scored these as well. I started to fold them, then I thought I'd better wait until I score them. These are in a different colour, but the same colour for each. One is 8.5 by 3.25. That's the shorter one there. And then there's another piece. These will be joined together, 9 by 3.25. And I'll show you the scoring on those in a minute. My patterned paper, I've got these little panels. These are going across the accordion section. There's 6 of these. Sorry, not 6. 4 of these of design 1. And I'll show you from the card. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4 in there, and then the 2 white ones on the outer side. Oh, there's 6 altogether. Where am I? I need 6 of those. I have got 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that should say 6 because I've got them all the same pattern across. I'll just fix that. 3 by 2.5. Oh no, I know. Hang on, I'm getting there. the two inner sections of this here, which will be, that will be, these are going to get joined together. I'll explain this in a minute. You want the two wider sections. There'll be two 3-inch panels. So I'll show you that in a minute. There's these two here are 3 inches by 2 3/4. They're all the same pattern. That's the two bigger ones. And then we've got 4, same design, a little bit smaller, 3 by 2 1/2. So that's those 4 there. I'll explain all that when we get to it. Design 2, which is the mats that go across. There's 4 of these. These are those 4 larger panels at the back there. They are 5 1/4 by 3 3/4, and you've got 4 of those. I've chosen the alternative. This paper is from the little 6x6 stack, one of the subtle colours in Bubble Bath. So that's those. And then 1 for the front in the alternate pattern, 5 1/4 by 3 3/4, same size, but that one's for the front. So that's those. Your little basic white patterns are on the either side. I've put one with just a little decoration on, and this one here is for my writing. You can do, as I explained before, you can do the writing on the back. They measure 2 3/4 by 2 1/4. That's those two. Some scrap, and I've got lots of decorations here. I'll show you those in a minute and where I chose them from. Layering dies, which you will need 2 for your cutout sections here in the centre. And then I did choose the smaller one for one of my greetings. This is my greeting that's going on the front, and it's the smaller one down in that same set. They're from the Countryside Inn dies that go with the Countryside Inn stamp set. And some embellishments, and that's all we shall need. I shall put that aside and we shall get started with some scoring. Put those over there for after, and we shall get this out. Now your longer piece in your base, your main base, it's 12 inches long, and we're going to score it at 4 and 8. So we've got there at 4 inches and another one at 8 inches. I'll just put this up the top here and bring it down every now and then to show you, I can show you what I'm doing. So that's all on that one. And then this smaller piece, you're just going to score either on the short side at the top, just at 1/2 inch on one end. Doesn't matter which end. I put it that way because then you've got your nice straight edge at the top here. So that's that piece. And then these smaller ones, this smaller one, we're going, and I'll just get my measurements to make sure I don't tell you the wrong thing. It's at 2 3/4, which is there. We'll go from this end, 2 3/4 there, and 5 1/2, which is over there. And then you end up with a 3-inch panel on this end. So these are both at 2 3/4, and this one is at 3 inches. And then the same on this longer one, but you'll have an extra score line to create your tab. So you've got 2 3/4. Where am I? 2 3/4. That's not right. Where am I? This one. I don't think I've scored that correctly. Hang on. 2 3/4. That should be there. 5 1/2. 5 1/2 is correct. I've done that one wrong. We'll just 2 3/4 will go there. We can push that one out. I've got that one wrong. I did score it earlier. But we'll crease that out. You won't see that. It'll be covered with the designer series paper. So it's at 2 3/4. We'll try that again. Laura can't read her measurements properly. 2 3/4 and 5 1/2. That one's correct. And then 8 inches, the last one on that. That's the 9-inch panel. So you'll end up with, now that's not right either. Have I got that correct? 9 inches, 2 3/4, 5 1/2, oh, 8 1/2, I beg your pardon. I thought I had it right. 8 1/2 is the last one. So that gives you the 1/2 inch tab on the end. Thought I was going silly then. So 2 3/4, 5 1/2, which is 2 equal ones, and then 8 1/2, which leaves you, this ends up at 3 inches wide, which is correct, and then you've got the 1/2 inch tab on the end. I thought I was going a bit wonky there. So I've already folded these. I'll fold this one correctly now. So these are both the same size. Give it a nice crease. And this one here. And I've already put a strip of tear and tape down on this one because it's going to get joined to this one. We'll join these now while we've got them here. So you want this, they're both those sections are 2 3/4. This is a 3 inch. You want the 3 inch section to the middle of your card. So that is my 3 inch section there. So this is going to get joined onto here. So you'll end up with the 2 3 inch panels in the center. And these are narrower on the sides. Got that one correct. That's right. We'll just take the tear and tape off the back of this one. And you want the join at the back. Just get that off. Just lining that edge up with your score line, not on the score line, just to the side of it, and press that down. So the join, you can see the join there at the back. You won't see it once it's inside the card, only from the back. So that's those, and then they will go valley, mountain, and a valley. So just concertina, and you'll end up with this, because that's the wider sections in the middle, you'll end up with those down the center. Just give that another burnish. So that's that piece. We'll decorate that in a minute. And the same, we're going to join these two together. So we'll crease this little 1/2 inch tab on the smaller section, and that will join into the back of that. These are all the same width panels along here. So I'll put a strip of tear and tape on this one, just down close to the score line, but not on it. Whoops, trimmed a bit of the card as well. Lift the backing off that one, and then just line that up, sit this one on top of it, line it up so it's even at the bottom, straight down the score line. If you don't press down on your tear and tape right at the beginning, you've got a little bit of room to maneuver it around. So that's that one down. And then this one is going, I'll flip it that way. This one's going valley on the first one. Actually, I won't crease those just yet because I've got to put this through the embossing machine, or the cut machine. So we're going to cut out these window panels here. What do I need? This one first. We're going to center this smaller one on this panel here. So I've got my two dies, those two. You need the smaller one of the two that are variegated sizes. You're going to line this up, just double checking, yes, I've got the right one, and line that up. You're working on these two inner panels, and you're working on the front side of the card. So just line that up as best as you can with even spacing top and bottom and either side. Get yourself some either masking tape or anything that's low tack that you can hold that tape, that die down without it moving, like so. Then I'm going to go to the back here and I'm going to run this through my machine. I'll be back in one sec. It's too noisy for it to go on the desk. Plus it would wobble the desk everywhere. So we've cut that section out. Gently take up your, you don't want to tape this down with anything that's too strong. If you've got low-tack tape, just rub it on your pants or something first before, so you don't tear your cardstock. Just lift it gently, like so. Spare piece. Now when you're doing the second one, you'll need that tape again. Just flip this under this way, and it's nice and even top and bottom. Run a pencil line. You might not be able to see the pencil, although it does come up nice and grey looking. Run your pencil line around that die, because that's where you're going to cut your second piece. Actually, I could have gone this, I'll go this way, doesn't matter which, because I want to cut from this side, so I'm folding it back this way, and I shall draw around. You can cut from the back. If you've got a die that's not got stitching on it, you can cut from either side, but I want to cut from this front side. Excuse me while I have a mouthful of water. And then we're just going to line this die up, and it should be relatively even with the one on the other side. And just line it up with that pencil line, so it's, you can't see the pencil line because it's just underneath. Put that tape down again, and I shall be back in a sec, and we shall run the other one through. I did go backwards and forwards to make sure it does cut completely through. That'll get covered. So gently lift this up again without tearing your cardstock. Nice and gently. Once it goes through the die cutting machine, it sort of sticks it down quite firmly, but gently peel it up. This tape is called, the one I use, which I find is excellent, is called Hunky Dory. It's available online at different places. I can't remember, it's either Amazon or one of the craft places online. I find it really good. You can use it over and over. I have a heap of pieces taped to my die cutting machine. So that's the two windows cut out. Now the next piece, you need your 4 panels that go across the center. That's 1, 2, 3, 4. I'll leave these 2 outside ones for now. We'll do those later because they're stuck straight down. These 2 here, you're going to tape them roughly, not roughly, exactly, so you've got even border all the way around. It's about a 1/8 inch border all the way around, and I'm going to tape that there and that one there. I'll do this one in a sec. I'm going to flip this. Now this is my left one over here. So I'm going to flip that over. I'm going to mark that with a pencil with an L for the left, because I want to make sure they end up back in the same order. I'm just going to rule a pencil line at the back of that, because that's the section, and you're going to cut this out with the bigger die to give you the frame. So we can take that one off because we know where we're cutting that, and we know it's the left one. I'll leave that flipped over, and then the same on this side with your right side up that you want showing. Tape it down on there, flip it over, and this is the right one. Just double check, make sure that didn't move. So this is the right one, and just draw a pencil line around there. We can rub out these lines if they're showing. That won't show on this, it's on the back side. Draw that around there. So we know one's the left and one's the right. So then we'll take these back off. We're going to need them. Put that aside. Goes that way. You'll see when you fit them. Now you want the bigger die, which is wherever I put it. Here, hidden underneath. So you want the bigger one. I'll do this one first. You're going to centre that around that pencil line. So you've got an even border all the way around. And we'll tape that onto there. We'll do one at a time on this. We've only got one die. And I'm going to run that through my machine. Once we get all these pieces cut, the decoration's easy. So that's the right one, and I'm going to leave that on that side so I know which side it belongs. That's the back of my piece. Just gently take that off. So that's the right one. I'll leave that over that side. Do the same with the other one. Line it up so it's got an even border all the way around. Hopefully it's fairly even. A fraction out, it's not going to show, and I'll die cut that one. That's all the die cutting we need to do, I'm pretty sure, unless you're doing greetings and stuff, which I've done mine already. Gently take that off. These inner bits are spare, but they're big enough to use on another card, so don't throw them away. But that's my left one over that side. So we shall put those back on. The die out of the road, we'll make sure we keep those in the right order. This is the front of my card. This is my left one, which will sit on there. You can tape it down, you can glue it down there. It gives you that nice border all the way around. And this is my right one. And if you put them up the right way, you've got to make sure they're up the right way, because otherwise they'll be out of whack. And I'll show you what I mean. I think this one might be up the wrong way because it's not giving me an even border. That's better. As you can see, if you put, now that's the correct way. If I put it this way and you line up around your edges, this here is all crooked. You've got not even, so you know it's upside down. So flip it around, give yourself your even border all the way around, and then there's an even border around that one. So I'll glue those in. We can do those two to start. And then I can fold. Just quickly put some liquid glue on these. Sometimes I prep a lot beforehand. I've prepped a lot, but this sort of thing you can't prep beforehand because you've got to show exactly where the things are going. Just get rid of all that fluffy stuff. And that will sit even. A little 1/8 inch border all the way around, and it creates your frame in the centre. You can move that down a fraction. And then the right one. Just make sure it's up the right way, which it is. They only go back in one way, so just keep turning them around until you get them in the right position. Putting glue right close to the edge there so that it holds it down. Pop that on there. And another nice border the black and pink looks nice together. Then these two can go on as well on the outer sides. I'll try and move quickly for you so I'm not holding everybody up. Same 1-inch border all the way around. Liquid glue's a good friend when you're crafting to give you a bit of wiggle room. If you're not real good at getting things straight, you need to be able to move and maneuver it around. I do like these. I don't normally buy 6x6 stacks, but when it's something like this, you get the benefit out of using pretty much all of the stacks. So that's those. Now we can fold and burnish these. So we've got a valley fold to start. Where's my bone folder? A valley and a mountain and a valley on that side, and that's your card folded flat, all nice and even. Give it a good burnish, and that will be how it sits. Now we can decorate this inner piece. I'll put that piece aside. We've got all our decorations ready. I can do the front after. And I've got lots and lots of pieces here. I'll bring them all in and explain where I got them. I did it the cheats way today. We've used this, and I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It's ephemera pack. It's all these flowers. There's lots, and I've got a couple of packs in here, and they're all little pop-out pieces that you can pop out any colour flowers you like. There's lots of, they're in the current annual catalogue, but lots of pretty flowers in there to decorate whatever you like. I got a couple of packs of those because I do classes, and it's nice for the ladies to just use them on their cards as a quick way to make a card. So now we want to make sure our joins at the back and the two wider sections are in the front here, and we can put all of these on. So they're all the same pattern, but two of them are a little bit wider than the other four, sorry. These patterns don't run in any direction. So these two go in the center, they're my bigger ones. And then these four are on the outside. And the white ones will go on top. We'll put all these down first. I think I know where all these are going eventually. We'll quickly glue all these down. Just make sure you get the wider panels into the middle. And there's a little 1/8 inch border all the way around on these as well. This has got a little striped pattern at the back, which is quite nice. And the back of the other one was a little circle, like a spot type pattern. This is a wider one. I'll put it that way so my leaf's facing upwards. It's fairly quiet here today. My hubby's gone to golf again, as usual on a Monday. There was a few girls in my large group that wanted a PDF for this card, so I said I would do one. I did a different card the other day that the ladies requested. It was a cascading card. I did that as a special video. It's the video is on my channel, and also I did a PDF which is in the files tab in my group. So if you wish to have a look at all the files in there, there's a couple of years worth of files in the files tab, PDFs, and some of them match up. I do a live video on a Saturday morning the ladies can craft along with me, and what we create goes, it's pinned to the featured tab, so you can hop in there and have a look at the replays on those. So that's those panels. That I've done for my front. That is going on my front, so I'll leave those aside. We can put these little white ones on. Got one there and one there. They can go straight on. If you want more writing space, you could leave this other end one as blank and write on both sides, or you could put a white panel at the back. The white panel at the back, if you do it that way, it would be the same size as the DSP that's on the front. Or you could put a mat around the front. There's lots of options what to do. I don't always need a big writing space. It's just to say happy birthday or thinking of you and a little message. So that one goes on there. All of these little pop-out cuts are from that pack of flowers. Now these ones here, I thought I would put, they just fit nicely in here between the score lines. Just actually, no, I put the bigger ones, these wider ones, because these, I put them in the center because they had a little bit wider space. That was it. I might pop one up and one down. And then I've got these. All of these come in this. And I'm going to put those like so. How pretty is that? And I'm not putting them up on dimensionals because it will make it too bulky inside. So we'll just lay them flat with a bit of glue. I've got my front decoration up on dimensionals. Pop that in there. You don't see a lot of this inner one because it's tucked in, although you see the edges of it there, so you should see enough. And this one on here, this is the fun part, decorating. I love decorating or trying to think of what to put. This was the easy option. There's another DSP pack out with frames and flowers, or frames and leaves, or something it's called, and there's a lot of pop-out pieces in that. It's quite a good one to look at as well, because all the pieces are already stamped for you, and all you've got to do is pop them out of the page and pop them on your card. I might put a little bit more on the edge of that one. Pop this in the middle. You get quite a few of each of the flowers and the leaves in this, so you can, if you need more than one, it's easy enough to choose. There's multiples of it. The girls, I did a couple of classes with these, and I just let them, I cut their base, whatever colour base they want, and then they just choose what flowers they want to put on it. You can mix and match all of them. They're really pretty. Do this one up the other way. And getting this into the cutout pieces on the base is easy as easy. Oops, nearly lost it. It's not difficult at all. I'm not putting any embellishments inside here either. It'll make it too bulky. So we've got just concertina folded all the way. That will go on the front. We'll do that after. I'll do the front first before we put that in. So this is the front of my card. I'm making sure it's up the right way. I've just got this on the front, which is the same pattern as what's on that one there. We can lay this out flat. Almost done. Little 1/8 inch border around again. And then I've got this, which I did colour with it was just a black and white image, and I coloured it with my blends in Bubble Bath, light and dark Bubble Bath, and I think that was Old Olive, or yes, Old Olive in that one. And I'm just going to pop that at the top. I have used, and I use these all the time. I'll show you the sets that I got all of this out of. The For You on here is out of Layering Leaves. These little spots are on the outside edges of that piece there. That's the Countryside Corners. I think I kept saying Countryside In, but it's Countryside Corners. They're the dies, and there is a big solid stamp set with that. And then the Happy Birthday I've taken out of this, and that's about it on that. So that's those. These are the foam adhesive sheets, and I'll show. I use them quite a bit. They're a sheet, same as dimensionals, but in a sheet, and you cut them to the size. When I want something big like this sitting up, I put the sheets at the back, so it gives it a nice solid base to sit on. And I've also put them at the back of my oh no, I did dimensionals on that one. Thought I did the same. So then we'll just peel the backing off these. This is a quick way of adding this. I'll put it this way. Actually, I think I was going to put the flower. No, we'll go this way. Just make sure it's sitting inside the crease, the score line, so it's not overhanging. And that one, I'm going to put it over to that side a bit because it looks better. I'll try to balance things out a little bit. I'll just take the backs off those. Saves me a lot of time if I do a lot of prepping beforehand. You don't need to see me sticking dimensionals all over everything. And that one is going there. Excuse my head if it was in the road. That's finished that. I'll put some embellishments on in a minute. Now this one here, you're going to thread this left side through this right side cutout and through to the left side, like so, and it just slides through there. Make sure when you do your cutout panel here, excuse me, that you've got your panel that's going through is narrower than your cutout. If you've got this if you've got a smaller cutout piece, you can make this narrower. It doesn't have to be that width. You can make it narrower that way. Just make sure they're all narrow at the same width. And you can use a smaller cutout. You could use a circle one. You can use anything. So that sits like that. Then we're going to close the card up like so, so that all of that concertina's up. And you're going to line this up so it's even sitting inside that cutout section. So you want an even space up here and down here. Try and get it straight at the back as well. We haven't glued anything yet. Just getting it straight, and it's fairly even on the sides, so long as it fits into that section, like so. Then you're just going to put some glue over the back of that. That extra score line that I had is covered up. So a reasonable amount of glue on this because you want it to stick down nicely right to the edges. And then just close your card shut. I hope I had that up the right way. Yes, I did. Hold that there. Close that shut. Give it a bit of a press down until it holds. I'm going to use some of these basic grey and smoky slate pearls because I thought they went nicely with the grey on the inside as well. So I'll put those on in a minute. I'll just have another mouthful of water. Just give this a few seconds to take. And then we're just going to fold it across, put the glue on this back panel, the other panel at the back. No need to open it up yet. And you know it's going to slide through the cutout sections because it's nice and even inside. And then just close that one shut. and your card is nicely compacted inside. It is a little thicker than a normal card, so you will need to, it'll probably cost you extra postage. You could put, and I've done this quite a bit, you can, if you do another panel at the back here, you can slide ribbon underneath there and underneath your back panel, and then just tie a bow at the side. It will keep that closed shut for you. But after a while, I always put a block on top of a card that's quite bulky, and it will hold it down firmly for you until it's sort of setting itself. It's not sitting up too badly anyway. So then when we open it up, we end up with that. How cute is that? Love, love, love it. So that's my card for today. I shall put these embellishments on the front, just a few. A big tool. I'm going to use the lighter colour ones. Actually, I could use, yeah, I'll use the light ones. And there's some bigger ones down there. I'll use the bigger ones. Just get them out of the packet. These are the smoky slate ones. Put one on there. Might go up here. I haven't used many of these at all, so we'll get a few onto the card. I do like my odd numbers. Try in there. All done for the day. Thank you everyone for watching, and I hope you have a go at that one. It's not too difficult to do. My sample one as well, totally different colours, but so pretty. And I shall catch you all again next Monday, and I hope you have a lovely week and stay safe. Bye for now.